What's up, guys, and welcome to Ponch is Mental. Today, we are going to talk about the past sabotaging the present. Okay. These are skills that I have recently learned in the last year and a half, and they've helped me, and maybe they can help you as well. We're going to talk about how the past really does affect today. I know a lot of people are like, don't worry about the past, don't worry about anything else but right now. They're right and they're wrong at the same time. When there is unresolved things from the past, whether it be from childhood or a bad relationship or whatever it is, I know for personal experience, because I've lived it, that I would just keep going forward. And I would not allow myself to really do a deep dive and to feel what was going on and how this was affecting me. I was lacking processing skills. So I would tuck it way down deep. And then, sure shit enough, in the future, the present, it pops back up and says, hey, remember me? Remember me when I was 9 years old and you were hurt really bad? Or you remember me when you were 22 and all these terrible things were happening? I never dealt with it because I had to push forward because I was, taking care of a family and I was trying to put food on the table and keep the lights on. So that served me until it did not. And what ultimately ended up happening was anything good that came into my life, whether it be a relationship or an opportunity, it was always clouded and it always had a sense of ick, and I could never figure out why. And once I realized that I had not dealt with a lot of things in the past, and once I started to deal with those things, and by the way, not an easy thing to do. It's not a light read when you go back and look at your life and go, how did this fuck me up and why? It's not an easy process, and it's not a short one either. It's not just an afternoon to where and maybe it is, hopefully it is, where you have an epiphany. It's like, oh, that's why I feel the way about my present, is because of the past. All right, let's move on and get on. It doesn't always work that way. It's a lot of hard work, but if you are feeling like you're getting a little bit of traction, you feel like you're having a little bit of fun and love in life, and then it doesn't feel right because it's going to go wrong. It's all going to fucking go wrong. It's all going to fall apart. That is the past barking at you, going, hey, well, what about us? You haven't dealt with all this shit back here. Eventually, you're going to have to. And that's exactly what I had to do. And ultimately, that is one of the keys to my sobriety and not having a Drake and having to pick another one up, because I did go after those topics head on, especially with my childhood. I make a lot of jokes about what happened to me as a child and my childhood and growing up, and that is a defense mechanism. I get it, I understand that, but also I just kind of laughed it off a little bit too much and didn't get to the how this is affecting my day-to-day life and my decisions and especially my relationships. So that's something to definitely look at as you're watching this. I'm not being preachy. Of course, this is just my experiences and how it's helped me, and hopefully it can help you. And if it doesn't, then, on to the next video and move on. But if it does help, go ahead and share this. And I would appreciate that too. But look, this whole getting well, or well-ish as we can, it truly is a group effort. It really is. You can't. I'll throw out old saying, like, you can't see your own ass. You really can't. You don't know where you're really effing up your life without other people going, hey. And I'm talking about the ones that really care about you, the ones that love you. We're not talking about internet folks. We're talking about the people that you trust the most. Are just like, hey, you're not handling this very well. It may be time to stop and look. And it's like, is it the right now? Is it this that's pissing me off? Is this the thing? Did I lose my job? Which I did. Ah! Is that what's making me mad? I just broke up with someone. Is that what's making me mad? They broke up with me. Is that why I'm angry? Or is it all the shit in the past? Because I'm here to tell you, to testify that I have not all the way there, not even close, but I have gone back and I have started to look at the why and my behavior and my reaction to things. And most of it comes from the past and unresolved shit. So now that I've started to unpack a lot of that, when something happens, like a big life changing thing, like losing your radio show, it becomes a lot easier to deal with and have perspective, because you can understand that this is happening right now, and I feel sad and I feel upset and angry, and I feel all the feels, and then I allow myself to let those feelings come out, and then take a deep breath and go, there is not a damn thing I can do about that, but I felt it, and I didn't feel like I cheated myself out of that emotion. And I think, look, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I really do think that once you cheat your psyche out of feeling things, then it comes back and takes that toll, and puts a tax on it. And it's more expensive than what it would have been dealing with it at the time. So, anyway, there you go. That's Ponch's Mental. That's this week. Thank you so much for watching. If this helped you in any way, I'd appreciate it if you share it, send it to a friend. If not, move on. But anyway, thanks, and we'll see you next time on Ponch is Mental.